Good morning, girls and boys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it might be afternoon. Oh, it might be evening when you're watching. So, today's lesson is about loving with your actions. Because last week we talked about abiding love. So, this week we're talking about loving with your actions. What does all that mean? Well, I'm going to start with the scripture in the King James Version of the Bible. And in this scripture, is, let's see, 13th chapter, the 34th and the 35th verses, where I'm going to start at. So it says, A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Verse 35 says, By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if you have love one to another. What does all that mean? A new commandment I give you, that ye love one another? That's interesting. Well, let me give you a little background as well. So, in this chapter, Jesus is having the Last Supper with his disciples. They're all at the table and they're sitting around. When all of a sudden Jesus gets up and washes his disciples' feet. Here's what he did. He got up, he got a towel, he got a bowl of water, and he starts washing their feet. There was some confusion among the disciples. What was Jesus doing? But it's here in the Bible. He did it. He washed their feet. And back then, what was so interesting about what he was doing was that washing someone's feet was the job of a servant, or when you first came into somebody's house. Because back then the roads were dusty, they were dirty, people wore open shoe sandals, right? And so washing the feet of the disciples was a big deal. But I have two people, well, they're not people, they're puppets. I have a couple of puppets that are going to have this same discussion about washing the disciples' feet. And we have a raccoon that just doesn't get it at all. So, Debbie Darling the elephant is going to help our raccoon character figure it all out. So, Debbie, where are you at? I think the girls and boys are ready for you. So, let's find out what you have to say.
That story Grandma G just read about Jesus washing the feet of the disciples was a heartwarming story. That's love and service in action.
Washing someone's feet makes you say that? Whatever. Did you know that back then people wore open sandals? People's feet got really dirty. All that dust everywhere, all on the ground. That is not something I want to do.
Well, for your information, washing your feet happened all the time. People were provided water for guests upon their arrivals so they could wash their feet. Genesis 18:4 gives such good example.
I get it when you wash your own feet, but not when someone else's feet needs washing. That's just nasty.
You don't get it, do you? The whole serving others and doing for them, do you?
No. So what is your point?
It was the Last Supper. You know, the one last time Jesus would be with those disciples. He said, they loved him. One last time he could show them how much he loved them and be an example of that love. Washing someone's feet is a sign of humbleness. Just think, that is a lot of love. He was about to die at the hands of people he knew, and he knew it.
You talking about that Judas? Yeah, he was wrong.
All right, but you understand my whole point. The disciples were getting a lesson of love and serving others.
I get it. But washing someone's feet back then would have been gross. Yucky, yucky, yucky.
I need you to get a grip on it. Love is about sacrifice. Jesus was a perfect example. Think about it. He didn't even make a big announcement. He just got everything together and said he was washing their feet.
Boys and girls, would you wash someone's dirty feet? Better yet, could you love by serving someone?